Welcome to Women Awakening. I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. Welcome to the video series of Women Creating Our Futures. I'm very excited to do this, to be with extraordinary women and introduce them to you, because I really believe it's the time of the woman on the planet for us to just step out, step up, and be bold. So I want you to meet Betsy Abrams. I want you to know that she is a National Association of Professional Women's inductee, a Channel 7 everyday hero for her humanitarian efforts, and owner of 5 Wellbeing Studio Spa, which is opening in Littleton soon. Welcome, Betsy.
Thank you, Cynthia.
I'm really grateful that you're here. I mean, you have an incredible story. I want to talk about, you're a single mom. Mm-hmm. You are opening a new business.
Yes.
And you have been doing something for humanity in this city for a while. Can we talk about that just a little bit before we talk about your fabulous new spa?
Sure. So for the last probably 15 years since I've lived here in Colorado, I have sort of started in my living room doing a brunch with my friends, and we would exchange ornaments, and I would started asking them to bring things for different charities. And then next year I asked for the more specific things, and then I found a few charities that I felt really needed help. The kind of charity that is sort of the unsung hero, the one that you just don't really hear about. So I brought mostly women and children's charities, and as time has gone by, I have now grown it to about 200 people. I have to rent my own space, and I have entertainment come, and everybody has a blast. And the thing I think people really like about it is they bring something to give, they take something home, and they have an experience of giving part of their hearts to people and knowing that they're going to help. People that you don't really find out about all the time. So I've just found it to be a really good kind of that cycle of give and take. It's just one event I do every year, and people are already calling me to find out when it's going to be. So,
well, it's great, and Channel 7 did a news thing on you, and I saw the interview, and what I love about this is that you weren't seeking fame and fortune, you just wanted to be of service.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so can you tell the people listening, why it's important to be of service?
Well, I really think it's important to be of service because it creates more open space in your own heart for yourself and for your own family. And the more that you can reach out, and even if it's just something simple, you don't have to have money in order to help people. You can actually be somebody who just lends a helping hand in one of the charities. For instance, Clothes to Kids is one of the charities that I support, and they love volunteers to come and help them sort clothes for their children or help the children shop. And that's not any cost to you, but yet it provides a great service to other people. And you just never know who you're going to run into and how your heart is going to get tugged at because of who you helped that day.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So I want to talk about a big transition in your life because it sent you on another trajectory.
Yes.
Your husband passed away how many years ago?
3 years ago.
Right. Yeah. And your daughter was how old then?
She was 7. She had just turned 7.
Yeah. And so I want you to talk a little bit about the process that you went through to come out to create this new venture.
So when my husband died, actually when he got sick, I got really clear. I mean, you get really clear really fast when you're faced with a terminal illness. And I remember him saying to me how sorry he was that this was happening to us. And something inside of me stood up and said, I got this. I told him, I said, I got this. This is what I'm supposed to do. And it was so clear inside of me that it didn't occur to me to do anything else. So I moved into action and took care of my husband and my daughter, and doctor's appointments for him, soccer for her, that type of thing. And I just was in action. And as a result, I really understand how Nadine Cornish came about needing or helping people with as caregivers, because as a caregiver, I burned out, but I had no choice but to keep going.
Right.
So as a result, after my husband died, I became really clear that there is a true need for nurturing in our society that is deeper than just your average everyday, yoga class or a massage that you might get once a month, or some people maybe never in their lifetime have had a massage.
Right.
So I set out, to be honest with you, I had no idea what I was going to do. None. I had a sense about it. And as you know, I completed a spiritual psychology degree several years ago. And in that program, we did a project.
Right.
And my project was to create a place. So I created this place, and first I bought the place, and now I'm creating it. And what I'm creating is my new business called 5 Wellbeing Studio and Spa in downtown Littleton.
Yeah, and I'm excited about it because what I want you to know is that she did a lot of research. I mean, we've known each other for quite a while, and she was going to events and conferences to look at what were the newest things that could support people. And I want to talk about the fact that you didn't know what you were doing, but why did you trust that you could do it?
Well, first of all, surrounding myself with the right people was key. Once I knew in my gut and trusting that part of me, and I think when you go through certain things like I did in my life where you just start learning that trust mechanism, right. I knew I needed to do this. And I knew my husband wouldn't have it any other way because he was all about nurturing and healing. So I found the right people. And I mean, the people then, they started to show up. And the more my intention was clear, the more the people showed up, and the right people showed up. Right. And without my consultants, I couldn't do this because I don't really know how to open a spa, but these people are experts, and for some reason they want to help.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I want to know, what did you do in the moments of doubt?
You mean, what do I do in the moments of doubt? Because I still have them. What I do in the moments of doubt is I go back to the comments, the things. I think back about what my husband used to say to me. He used to say, "What are your dreams? What do you want?" And I never could articulate it. And now I feel like I am articulating it with this business. And so I remember and I listen to the words that people say to me, and that are encouraging me. And I go back to just trusting myself and knowing that I'm on the right path, and I keep being shown the right path. And I just have to trust that. And it's an everyday event.
Yeah, I totally get that. So can you just give us a little sneak peek into the spa, a couple of things that are interesting and
Sure,
different?
I'd love to. One of the things that I've really come to love is sound vibrational therapy. And sound vibrational therapy uses binaural tones to match sort of your body's energy. And to actually balance your body's energy, I should say, because you might come in and you might be really stressed out. And what we're going to do is we're going to put you in our SoSound chair and put a nice set of headphones on, and we're going to, through the chair's vibration and through the headphones, you're going to receive a binaural massage inside of your body. So cellularly, your body is going to start to shift back into balance. So we have many different tones that will be used for different things. If people come in depressed, or they're anxious, or they're tired, there will be you would get a different one, say, than the next person coming in. So we're going to be using a lot of sound vibrational therapy, including singing bowls, which I am in love with, and a lot of things with that. So that's kind of just a sneak peek, because there's a lot more to the spa than just sound vibration, but that'll give you a little teaser.
Are you listening? Are you listening? Sounds good to me. So I just want to talk about investing in yourself. You know, a lot of times people don't move because they're afraid to put money in. They're afraid that they won't have enough. They're afraid that they could be making a mistake. And so what has made you invest in this dream?
So, first of all, I think I've been one of those people that does invest in myself when I'm a client of yours and I feel like that's something that I'm worth. Mm-hmm. That I'm worth knowing more about who I am and where I'm going. And I feel like investing in yourself is we'll go out and buy a $300 outfit or $100 outfit or $50 outfit, but we won't spend some money in nurturing our own heart or our minds and what have you. And I was afraid to invest in myself with this business. I mean, I could go and have a counseling appointment or a coaching appointment, but to actually put my money where my mouth is has been it's not been a struggle, but it's been an everyday renewing of my vows to myself.
I totally get
that. If that makes sense.
Totally. I mean, because I've done that myself. I've invested in coaching and packages to support me take my business to another level. And there are moments where it's like, what are you thinking? Have you lost your mind?
Right.
And other moments it's like, I have to do this.
Yes.
I have to do
this.
This.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And I think the have to do because it's in me to move forward. And I think once you trust that part of yourself, or once you allow yourself to just touch the trust in self,
right.
You can't go back. And then it just keeps expanding and getting bigger. And I think a wise person named Cynthia said to me that if you weren't afraid, it wouldn't be big enough.
Right.
And those words that you had said to me really resonated for what I'm creating in my future.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So before we close, what would you like to tell the women that are listening? What's the one thing you'd like them to know?
Well, what I'd really like the women to know is that when you are creating your own future and when you're trying to live bigger, remember that you have support. There's people around you that want those things for you as well. And in those times of doubt, go to those people, look at those letters that people have written you, or an email or a text or something, or reach out to someone who you know will support what your vision is, and the doubt that you might be having, they can help you to shift it.
I'm so grateful that you've been here with me.
Thank you.
I want you to know, please share these videos, these interviews with other people so that they know that people like Betsy are examples. They're not an exception to what can happen. Anything is possible in your life. I want you to know you're important. I want you to know that you matter. I want you to know that you are here by divine appointment. So thank you so much for being with us today, and look out for the next video. Many blessings.